Senator Martha McSally, Republican, made news in a very self-interested way when she had an unfortunate interaction with a CNN reporter, as you'll see here.
Senator McSally, should the Senate consider new evidence as part of the impeachment trial?
Man, you're a liberal hack. I'm not talking to you.
You're not going to comment, Senator,
You're a liberal
about this?
hack.
We're gonna break down this story, which I'm sure you're familiar with at this point, but in effect, what I believe that video represents is that Trump has sunk his tentacles into the entirety of our political process.
Yes.
Everything is as bad and dirty as Donald Trump.
Yes.
Because she did the video and then tweeted it out. She had her guy filming it, in fact. And she did that for a reason, and it's because she wanted to use it in a callous way to make money. So almost instantly you had this. You could buy a "You're a Liberal Hack Buddy" t-shirt if you really wanted to send a message and didn't care about font choice while doing it, because that just looks the worst. But you can buy that if you want.
Looks like a cereal. Like I'd eat that as a cereal.
Exactly. It would have been better if she'd said buddy, but she didn't say buddy. Anyway, she also registered, is it liberalhack.com, I believe you can see in this tweet. Within an hour, by the way.
So many grifters,
It's
so
just grift.
many, just how many trademarks on grift? Like, oh God, sorry. I'm fine, we're fine, we'll be fine.
Politics and most political commentary is just grift. That's all it is anymore.
Well, now it is. Yeah. I don't have anything else to say. I just can't believe it.
These are US legislators. I mean, it's John is so right, and you really say it well, because it's as though it's penetrated every last corner of the American dialogue about everything going on. I mean, these are really serious issues, and they're all reduced to lighting up the libs, liberal hack. I mean, it's a way not to address the real issues that confront the nation.
Yeah. Can I just say, sorry, I do think that the one person who really got this right was Chris Cuomo. I know Anna will be on with him later, but Chris Cuomo going full Fredo on that dude who completely. Why are you looking at me like that?
I didn't look at you. I looked at the camera.
No, but Chris Cuomo, when that dude tried to punk him live, when he was trying to instigate stuff with him, and then he just got up in his face and got mad. I just kind of wish that the reporter Manu Raju, I wish Manu Raju would have just been like, "What'd you just call me?" Just a little bit,
Yeah, although Martha McSally's fans, the people that this was planned for, they want that. They want the reaction too. And I understand that in some weird, ironic way, we're playing into that. But this needs to be said, that there's no bar. If she had, she's very proud of herself, as you'll see in a minute, with the "you're a liberal hack," even though, is he liberal? He's a CNN reporter. I don't know.
I didn't even know it was a liberal hack.
He's not a DSA member. I don't even know what you're talking about. But she could have just sworn at him. And Trump's Twitter tweeted it out. They're raising money off of it. They could do anything. It doesn't have to be clever. Bernie, they were memes, I wrote the damn bill.
Right.
Because it was a good moment. It wasn't just giving the middle finger to someone, but the bar is buried. And you can see it across political commentators on the right, the Daily Wire, all that stuff. It doesn't have to be clever or smart. It doesn't have to deliver anything for the right, as long as you get in the face of the left, or even someone standing in for the face of the left.
As long as someone can drip mustard onto it while watching Fox News. That's great. But here, I actually disagree. I feel and I don't think we should throw civility out the window, but I do think back to the Cuomo moment where he stepped back to this guy who clearly thought that the guy, that Cuomo was just gonna be all right, don't talk to me anymore. Instead, Chris gets in his face, and then what's the dude's reaction? It is, wow, I like you so much better now. I kind of respect you now. And you can hear him say that, flip on a dime. So what do you do? Because these MAGA supporters respond to that aggro nature that I do think liberals and people on the left actually have. We just rein it in because it's important to that's how we can have a conversation. We can't just be yelling at each other all the time. But it's if that's the language that certain folks speak in, and again, kind of back to this what we're gonna be facing come November, you need someone who isn't gonna go the route of Hillary Clinton's civility. You're gonna need someone who can fight on that level. with facts, obviously, and with a better plan for America.
With facts, I think is key. I mean, you have to be. That's one of the things I like about Bernie Sanders is that he is authentic. He hits with facts and he hits hard. To Francesca's point, but Francesca, I don't know that in that hallway or in any other situation, necessarily what the right move is. Sometimes you go aggro and and you're only putting fuel on the fire. So it's tough to know. I, of course, agree. Bullies need to be hit back in the face, of course, and that's what a lot of this is all about. But I don't know, these situations that are just being enterprised for fundraising purposes or for a media moment, I mean, it really is just, these are choreographed, and it's sickening.
And I want Bernie to fight, but if all Bernie did was give good lines against bank CEOs. At some point, I like to think that his supporters would be like, yeah, but you gotta deliver something for us. We want something. But that's not the same on the other side. One of the things that makes this makes me worried about the future of democracy is if she had thrown a slushie in his face right there, and then spent the next 2 years of her term, I know it's let's say it was, delivering nothing for her side. I think most on the right would be satisfied with her because they can subsist on liberal tears and that's it.
Right.
They're not seriously engaging with or having any expectations of American democracy.
It's about triggering, dunking, anything.
Yeah. It's about identity politics, and so
it really is.
And that really is, and that's the way you started this. And I think you're 100% right. It's a sad fact that this republic has sort of devolved to that point. So look, she went on Laura Ingraham to both sort of be congratulated for this, but also to congratulate herself. So let's turn now to that.
You said. No, Laura, I do not. And I said it again, actually, as I went in. I said, you're a liberal hack, buddy. As you know, I mean, these CNN reporters, but many of them around the Capitol, they are so biased. They are so in cahoots with the Democrats. They so can't stand the president, and they run around trying to chase, Republicans and ask trapping questions. I'm a fighter pilot. I called it like it is. Well, they've also said that it was unbecoming a senator, and I lashed out and all sorts.
What do they? I have a question. What do they do on a daily basis?
Right.
What they call Trump a Russian asset. They call all of you hacks on a daily basis.
Yeah, she's talking about people on the internet or something. This is a senator. So I call it like it is. He's a liberal hack. Maybe arguably he's a liberal. I've heard he's a very hardworking reporter, and all he did was ask you a question that not only do the libs want to know the answer to, but I think a lot of conservatives, most of whom want witnesses, they want to know. Yeah, I just called it like that. And you can hear it in her voice. She's never been happier with herself for the thing that she said.
The thing is, Trumpism doesn't look good on people who aren't Trump. Do you know what I mean? It's so interesting because it's he's kind of the only dude who can really get away with being just that crass, that tacky, that idiotic. He's that guy. He's always gonna be that guy. He's been that guy since the 80s, right?
I don't even think his son can get away with it.
No.
Well, he's trying.
Right. And so now the entire Republican Party is latched their brand onto the one guy who can get away with that brand. And we need to beat him in November, that's it.
And it's inspiring a lot of people to try to be copycats. Now here's the thing. She said that it's trapping questions just to ask, are you gonna support or not more evidence being shown? Well, let's see, she's there on friendly territory, but Laura Ingraham is also kind of curious, so now she's gonna be asked, again, by liberal hack Laura Ingraham, the same sort of question.
The Republican moderates want to have a vote on witnesses. Why do the Republicans always do this nonsense? The Democrats always stay together.
Everything Schumer's doing right now, it's not about President Trump. It's not about the Constitution. It's not about a fair trial.
So why do you need witnesses?
He just wants power.
What about Manu Raj's question? Do you want witnesses?
I want a fair trial.
Okay, you're not going to play the game with you. You can call me a conservative hack, but do you want witnesses? Yes or no? Why aren't you telling us?
Because we're going to vote on Tuesday to start the trial and let them present the.
Well, how are you going to vote on the motion for witnesses?
We're going to get to that. I mean, I'm not going to tell everybody what all my votes are going to be, but obviously, my point.
Pretty easy question, don't you think, Senator?
I think we're going to proceed forward at that point, and I really.
But you're not going to vote with Romney and the others, are you? You're going to vote.
We'll proceed to a final vote.
Yeah, and the smile on her face the whole time. I mean, in part, I think she can't believe that Laura Ingraham's asking her the same question.
I'm here for a victory lap. I'm not here to actually answer any questions.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to give away all my votes. Do you want more evidence or not? That's super simple. Everybody wants to know that. Your constituents want to know that.
I love how she threw in senator. Remember, you're a senator. I'm a conservative hack. You say it to my face. I say it to my face in the mirror every morning as I get up the gumption to do my job every day. Conservative hack, conservative hack, conservative hack, hot, conservative hack. Not hot. She's cute. Okay. I didn't say that about Laura Ingraham.
I did see what you're saying right now, but the thing you said before about some people can sell it and some people can't, like she needs to be on the friendliest territory possible or have the lowest bar possible. That's why the liberal hack thing worked, is because the people who are cheering her on Twitter don't know what humor or wit is. They'll accept anything.
Yeah.
And she expects not to be asked any difficult questions. So like when she's asked a follow-up, she just can't help but like smile because she's uncomfortable, and she can't weasel out of it the way truly clever weaselly politicians can.
Yeah.
I think she doesn't know. That's what's really interesting about this moment going into this weekend, is I think a lot of these Republican senators don't know what the line is yet. I mean,
what they'll be allowed to vote for?
Yeah, like what they'll be allowed to vote for, how they're gonna vote. Like I think they're just waiting for the bat signal from McConnell to tell them how to fall in line. I mean, and I do think some of this, the Lev Parnas stuff is really shocking and noteworthy. I don't think it's gonna necessarily change anything, but again, I don't think any of these senators are individual thinkers at this point. We'd hope that they would be. We're holding out for Romney, right? But
totally agree. Quickly, I'll just say that's exactly right. She doesn't know which way the political wind is blowing, and she's waiting to find out. I don't think the Parnas stuff lands for them at all. It's really a question of, that was so funny about that Ingram quote that she says, how come the Democrats always hang together and the Republicans, we in the Jew, thinking, what?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
We eat our own on the left. You guys all, we fall in love, you fall in line. Yeah. That's the way it works.
Right.
So, yeah, I think you're right. She's waiting to know which way, the bat signal is a great way to put it, indeed.
No, I can't wait to see, are we gonna have a trial or not? We're not. We might have witnesses, not gonna have a trial.
TYT is all about challenging and disrupting the status quo, and so is Aspiration. Aspiration does not invest your money into fossil fuel businesses that harm our planet, such as pipelines and oil drilling. Instead, you'll be able to fight climate change with tools like AIM, the Aspiration Impact Measurement, and Planet Protection. They also don't hit you with outrageous fees for you to access your own money. You can even earn cash back and get free ATM uses up to 5 times a month. Head to aspiration.com/TYT to learn more. For a limited time, get 30 days of free TYT membership when you sign up.